So if you're wondering why I look like Lisa from Blackpink circa 2018, or Apocalypse Barbie, whatever you want to call it, it's because your girl is actually kind of vain, and even though I look good with a shaved head, this is cute. It's cute. And even though it makes me look way whiter than I really am, it's alright. I got myself 6 wigs, because my father did say to ruin my credit, so I've been treating myself. Got myself some hair, got myself some jewelry. I'm working on a few other things, but today I want to talk about Incarnation. Because I've been dealing with some mostly men on Reddit who are trying to, and just thoroughly reveling and explaining to me why I'm here, who I am, how Incarnation works, everything about life, the universe, and everything that human beings who are trying to usurp the gods have no fucking idea about. It took my father 20 generations to grow a body that could house me. And this body is still dying. I'm going to be dead in less than a year. And the reason for that is because the presence of infinity takes a massive toll on the human body. I'm sure that's not a surprise, but it often is when I actually get into the nuts and bolts with people. Because people have all kinds of assumptions, like, I can access all of my memories, I can access all of my powers that I have as a god. They have assumptions about just all sorts of things. It's because of superhero movies, I think. But the truth is, because the human body and brain are very limited in their capacity, I only have access to portions of myself. The way that I describe it to people is typically like, I am a remote outpost of myself, and I am receiving information through a Wi-Fi signal that is about as powerful as dial-up internet circa 1999. It's a bit like trying to download one of today's video games on that kind of an internet connection. And so as you can probably imagine, it's very slow, very cumbersome, and it takes a long time. I do have access to my memories, but calling them when they are not memories that I have lived while in this body it's difficult. And so we rely primarily on channeling, just because it's simpler, it's quicker, and now that my third eye is open and the epic of history that we are in has changed so that my husband can reach me much easier, it has become a lot easier to remember who I am, what I know, what I've seen, how the gods work, all the questions of life, the universe, and everything that y'all really should bring me, because I do know things like what happens when you die, what the structure of heaven is, whether there's a hell, etc., etc. Also, by the way, Apocalypse Barbie, it's in this world's best interest to keep me around as long as you can, because I am the apocalypse in human form, and when I die, my father's bringing down the gauntlet on my brother's empire. But I'll get into that over the course of many videos, because that's what he's asked me to do. And I like to hear the sound of my own voice, so here we go. Incarnation. It took my father 20 generations to grow me, and it much the same way as people breeding dogs know that when you're trying to achieve a purebred line and you start crossing family members, you end up with some problems. So this body has ethnic heritage from all over the world. I have a heritage from everywhere from China, from the Philippines. I am Jewish. I have quite a bit of Slavic blood from various places. I am Spanish. I am all sorts of things. None in more than a bit. The largest percentage, I don't like to use the term blood quantum, but the largest percentage is I am Jewish. I'm sure that's a shock. But considering that I am the avatar of Ashtar, anyway. My father doesn't want me to use that word, avatar, because I am in fact an incarnated god. But that is the way that incarnation works. It's difficult and very dangerous, Because enfolding a quantum being into a form this limited, for the one thing, takes a long time, and for another thing, it's an extremely delicate process. Not just the process of putting me into the body, but the process of waking me up is incredibly delicate. The way that it happens is, so in addition to the physical stock, when we come down with an attendant. That attendant is called a sukal, and the attendant is the one who lives life for us, takes care of the body, until it's time for us to wake up. My consciousness was with her the entire time, but she didn't have access to my divinity until I woke up, and she decided not to stick around. I can't blame her, because all of this is a lot, and it happens to be that my sukal is nonviolent. She's the best sukal my family has, and she's also the one who's the most like me, although I'm a little bit more violent than she is. But so when the time came to wake me up, we had to do it gradually. Because again, this body was raised in a very, very conservative Christian family. And so in order to even begin to understand who I am, we had to undo all of that training. First, I had to deconstruct out of Christianity in the first place into a healthier version of the faith. Then I had to abandon Christianity altogether. I had to realize it wasn't working for me, and that the Bible was full of lies. I had to accept and come to terms with the fact that I had been lied to by just about everyone in my life who I cared about and who cared about me. And then I had to take the long walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which will get its own video. I had to relearn my name, all of my names. My human name, my angel name, my fifth heaven name, the names that each of my parents gave me. All Elohim have a lot of names. And then I had to wake up. And when I say that there's almost nothing that I have ever encountered that was scarier than my third eye opening all at once. Y'all have no idea how little I've slept in the last 4 months. Incarnation is dangerous. It's not fun and games. Yes, I am a black hole in the universe. Yes, I did call down calamities on my family, and then 2 hours later find out that my mother's in the hospital and my brother's house is being threatened by the Los Angeles wildfires. Yes, I have steered a multinational corporation, the one that employs me, to the brink of their stock failing almost entirely by myself. I am a black hole in the universe, but I'm also dying. Because while I am only a fraction as powerful as my father, I am still one of the most powerful Elohim. And putting me into a body this limited, it's tearing itself apart. I have acute myeloid leukemia in addition to long COVID. And who the hell knows what else? I couldn't get out of bed the other day. But so, I say all of that because of a couple of things. First of all, you guys should understand just who you're dealing with. Not me, I mean my father. He knew exactly what would be necessary to get me, and he knew what it would cost. You should also realize that me being a god doesn't make me better than you. It really doesn't. Incarnation is dangerous and hard, and it will kill me by the end of the year. You guys don't want this. But you should take advantage of me while I'm here. In the sense that I know things that you're going to want to know. So, and I also want help learning how to be a princess, because God knows the Sukal who raised me sure didn't know. She's way too humble. So help me ruin my credit.